Today on Mysterious Writings, I share what Forrest says about subtle hints in the thrill of the chase and how they are to help us. Stay tuned. In the book, The Thrill of the Chase, right before Forrest Fenn's treasure poem, it says, "So I wrote a poem containing 9 clues that if followed precisely will lead to the end of my rainbow and the treasure." While there are 9 clues in the poem, Forrest has often said there are subtle hints which can help a person to understand those clues. At the end of the poem, he writes, "There are also other subtle clues sprinkled in the stories." Forrest has since changed the wording on that some. He calls these additional subtle clues hints now. Here are the top quotes by Forrest where he mentions subtle hints, sometimes clues, and how they are in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. He says they will help you understand the clues in the poem. From the Lorene Mills interview of 2011. Well, in my book there's a poem, like I said, and there are 9 clues in the poem, and the clues are in consecutive order. If you can read that, if you can find the treasure chest, you have my book there. I'll tell you how to do it. Read the book just normally, the poem and the rest of the book, and then go back and read the poem 6, 8, 10 times. Study every line, every word. Then after you do that, read the book again slowly with the idea of looking for clues or hints that are in the book that will help you follow the clues. You can find the chest with just the clues, but there are hints in the book that will help you with the clues. From Dale's site, Is the Book Important? Of 2012. Dear Mr. Fenn, we are a group of avid elderly bridge players in San Diego who, after reading your book, hope to find your treasure. We are not into poetry as much as the memoir. We realize the clues are in the poem, but we're wondering if there isn't at least one clue in each chapter. Thank you for a great book. Sincerely, Emily. Emily, all the information you need to find the treasure is in the poem. The chapters in my book have very subtle hints, but are not deliberately placed to aid the seeker. Good luck in the search. From the As It Happens radio interview of 2013, Forrest said, "Clues are in the poem, but my book has hints that will help a person with the clues. The book won't take you to the treasure chest, but it will help you with the clues in the poem." From the New Zealand radio interview of 2013. In my book, The Thrill of the Chase, I wrote a poem, and the poem has 9 clues in it. If you can follow the clues to the poem, they will take you to the treasure chest. And in my book, there are several hints that won't take you to the treasure chest, but they will help with the clues that are in the poem. It's not going to be easy to find, and nobody is going to accidentally trip over this thing. They're going to have to figure out the clues, decipher what they say, and go right straight to the treasure chest. From the Santa Fe Cafe podcast of April of 2013, it was asked, "You released a couple additional hints, is that correct, on your blog?" Forrest answered, "I like the way you put that. The Today Show had asked me to come on 1 time a month for 2 minutes on the Today Show and give additional clues, and I agreed to do that. But those clues are not going to take anybody to the treasure chest." From Dow's site, Scrapbook 35 of May 2013, the question was asked, "Are there subtle hints in the book?" And Forrest answers, "Yes, if you can recognize them." From Club Thrifty of July of 2013, Holly asked, "What tips do you have for those wanting to find the treasure?" Forrest answers, "Here is what I would do. Read my book in a normal manner. Then read the poem over and over and over, slowly thinking. Then read my book again, this time looking for subtle hints that will help solve the clues." From EIS Radio of August of 2013, Forrest says, "Yeah, I have some advice. Read the book and then study the poem over and over. Read it over and over, maybe even memorize it, and then go back and read the book again, looking for hints that are in the book that are going to help you with the clues that are in the poem. That's the best advice that I can give. You have to find out. You have to learn where the first clue is. They get progressively easier after you discover where the first clue is." From the Moby Dickens Bookshop interview of November of 2013, a question was asked. Back to the thrill of the chase. Outside of the poem, how many clues or hints are in the book? Would you say 10, 20, 30? How many clues? How many hints? Forrest answers. There are 9 clues in the poem, but if you read the book, there are a couple. There are a couple of good hints, and then there are a couple of aberrations that live out on the edge. If you are really serious about looking for the treasure, get the thrill of the chase and read it. And then go back and read the poem over and over and over again. And then go back and read the book again, but slowly, looking at every abstract thing that might catch up in your brain. That might be a hint to help you with the clues. Any part of some is better than no part of any. I don't think that'll help you much, but... From a Mysterious Writings featured question in 2014. Dear Mr. Fenn, you say the clues in the poem are to be followed in consecutive order. You have also said the book holds subtle hints. Are these subtle hints in consecutive order too? Thanks, Joseph. That's right, Joseph. You should start with the first clue and follow the others consecutively to the treasure. Hints in the book are not that organized. From Mysterious Writings, 6 questions of 2015. In your memoir, The Thrill of the Chase, after the poem, you mentioned there are subtle clues sprinkled throughout that book. You have said you hadn't deliberately placed these subtle hints in your book, but have you done so in any of your other writings, like your scrapbooks or etc.? Or even if maybe not purposely sprinkled in those writings, would you consider some of those to contain subtle hints too, like in The Thrill of the Chase? Forrest answers, I don't want to broaden the clues and hints I've written about by pointing them out. What surprises me a little is that nobody to my uncertain knowledge has analyzed one important possibility related to the winning solve. From the Richard Eads Show of 2015, Forrest says, there are hints in my book that will help you with the clues, but a clue will point you toward the treasure chest, and a hint will just help you with the clues, if you can understand that. From Dow's site, Forrest gets mail number 9 in November of 2015. Is it an advantage to buy The Thrill of the Chase and Too Far to Walk? Forrest answers, there are hints in my Thrill of the Chase book that can help solve the clues in the poem. From the Mysterious Writings featured question of November 2015. Mr. Fenn, you have said to read the poem and read The Thrill of the Chase to help solve for the 9 clues. We all know there are many options to choose from regarding Brown, Homer Brown, Werewolmer's Holt, and Blaze hinted at in the book. My question is, in the book, do you also, in a more subtle way, tell which is the correct answer to one or all of the above? BW. No, I don't, madam. Sorry. And from the Richard Eads Show of 2016. He asks, is it fair? Do you think somebody will try hard enough, search long enough that they can find the chest? Forrest answers, it's not a matter of trying, it's a matter of thinking. Read the poem. Read the book, because there are some hints in the book that will help you with the clues in the poem. But sure, people have figured out the first couple of clues and unfortunately walked right past the treasure chest. So there are the top quotes Forrest has said about subtle hints. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time here at Mysterious Writings as we continue to talk about all things treasure.